Hello everyone, and welcome to Quantum Universum. If this is your first time here, I invite you to watch the videos of the first 2 chapters of this beautiful book by Vadim Zeland before continuing with this one. In the previous chapter, you learned that reality is composed of 2 screens and that attention is the key to waking up from the sleep of consciousness. The 3 key concepts are therefore the following. Sleep is a state of immersion of attention in the screen. Sleeping and not sleeping is possible both in the dream and in waking reality. In order to awaken, it is necessary to shift attention to the center of consciousness. Now it's time to take the next step. In Chapter 3, A Walk in the Dream, Tafti reveals to us what to do, how to walk through reality with awareness, and above all, how to begin influencing it with your active presence. Get ready. We're about to step out of the role of spectators and become directors of the dream we call life. Original text. Tafti says, "The center of consciousness is the observation point from which you can see where your attention is at any given moment and what it is focused on. At the same time, you can see what is happening around you and what you yourself are doing." Explanation: this is the 0 point of presence. When you're in the center of consciousness, you're not overwhelmed by thoughts or absorbed by external stimuli. You are a witness. You can see where your attention is going, what you're doing, and what's happening around you all at once. It's as if you can watch yourself live from both inside and outside. Original text. Then she continues, "Now try to remain in this state of awareness for at least an hour and see what happens. It will be interesting." Explanation: Tafti proposes a powerful experiment. Stay lucid for a whole hour, maintaining double observation. It's not easy, but it's transformative. This isn't meditation. It's living presence, in motion. And that's where the real miracles begin. Original text. And then she adds, "I recommend doing this operation in the morning, after a good sleep, when you feel awake and cheerful. If you're in a bad mood or unwell, it's not worth trying. Nothing good will come of it." Explanation: the best time to train presence is when your energy is high. Presence requires mental clarity, lightness, openness. If you're tired, drained, or negative, your attention will immediately slip away. So choose the right moment to begin living in the dream with awareness. Original text. Then she states, "Enter the point of awareness by telling yourself, 'I see myself, and I see reality.'" Explanation: this is a key phrase, a kind of activation mantra. I see myself, and I see reality. Repeating it mentally instantly brings you back to center. It's a switch. Use it whenever you find yourself lost in an automatic pattern. Original text. And she adds, "Set this intention for yourself. Today, I will go for a walk in a waking dream." Explanation: here, Tafti invites us to turn the day into a conscious ritual. Instead of living the usual routine, choose to walk in the dream. This simple intention changes how you perceive each moment. The everyday becomes sacred. Original text. She continues, "So go out and go wherever you want, to work, to university, anywhere, while staying in this state of lucidity. For greater effect, it would be better to go to a place where no one knows you." Explanation: this is a field exercise. Tafti asks you to live the day as if you were awake in a dream, and if you can do it in a place where no one knows you, even better. You'll be freer to be new, to not play your usual role. Original text. Then, Tafti says, "When you're immersed in one of the screens, you are not yourself, and you are not able to manage yourself or the situation. On the contrary, any situation turns into a dream and ends up possessing you." Explanation: if you lose the center, you go back to being absorbed in the movie. Situations dominate you. You don't act. You react. That's how you lose power, clarity, freedom. At that moment, you are no longer the creator of the dream, just a character at the mercy of the script. Original text. And she continues, but what happens when you become aware of yourself? You become free, and from that moment on your dream, whether it's in sleep or in waking reality, becomes conscious. Explanation. Awakening happens the exact moment you realize you're here, and then reality transforms. You are no longer a prisoner of the dream, but present within the dream. That's how the dream becomes lucid, alive, moldable. Original text. And now she gives us an example to help. Let's take an example. You've activated your awareness and entered a store. You greet, walk around the room, look around, maybe ask something, and observe the reaction of the clerks. The important thing is not to fall asleep. Before speaking to someone, make sure your attention is centered. I see myself and I see reality. Explanation. Tafti now places us in a real, everyday scene. You enter a store, but remain aware. You greet, observe, walk, speak, but you don't get lost. And here the magic happens. The world starts responding to you differently. Original text. In fact, Tafti states, you'll discover that people around you look at you with curiosity and for some reason treat you with a special kindness, unlike before. Explanation. When you're in a state of lucid presence, your energy changes, and even if you do nothing outwardly different, others feel it. You become more magnetic, brighter, more alive, and the world begins to reflect that change. Original text. People around you, unlike you, are still asleep, says Tafti. Explanation. In other words, others are still inside the unconscious dream. They are acting, reacting, living on autopilot. But you now are awake in the dream. You've taken a step out of the movie as if you've stepped off the cinema screen. Original text. Then she adds, at any time, you can step out, just as you can step back into the film and walk freely among the characters, independently of the script. Explanation. This is the true power of the awakened one. You can choose whether to stay in or out of the film. You're no longer forced to play a role, you can choose who to be, and that gives you freedom, lightness, creativity. Original text. When you are in this state, says Tafti, people perceive you as alien beings, not of this world. Explanation. Someone who is awake in the dream emits a different energy, not visible, but perceptible. Others may not know how to explain it, but they feel it. It's the vibration of presence, and whoever is immersed in it is recognized even without words. In this chapter, theory becomes practice. Tafti invites us to bring this presence into real life. Take a simple walk anywhere, preferably where no one knows you, but do it as if you were walking inside a dream, remaining aware, awake, centered. The magic is this. When you stay awake while the world sleeps, others begin to perceive something different in you, a vibration, a subtle light, an energy that can't be explained, but can be felt. Your energy changes, your presence is felt, and you stop being an unconscious character to become a living consciousness walking inside the dream. Now that you've experienced what it means to walk consciously in the dream of reality, you've taken an extraordinary step. You've begun to truly wake up. But this is only the beginning. In the next episode, we'll enter Chapter 4, titled The First Exit into Reality, where Tafti will show us what happens when consciousness truly takes the lead and how to start influencing the world around us even more deeply. If you want to continue this journey of awakening, subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and walk with me. One step at a time, in the dream, with your eyes open. And of course, thank you for being with me. See you in the next video.